Good afternoon, all of you. So our next speaker is Mr. Nitin Joshi. He's Managing Director of Vignaharta Technologies Private Limited. He would like to present on Fire Protection 4.0. I would like to welcome Mr. Nitin. Please start your presentation, sir.
Yeah, sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Nitin Joshi from Fire Trade and Vignaharta. I'm here to present to you a topic called Fire Protection 4.0. First of all, let me thank you, Smart Homes Expo organizers, for giving me this opportunity. I'm going to present how IoT shall transform fire protection industry. We are living in the era of Internet of Things. All fields from agriculture to aviation are being transformed because of advent in the technology. Well, FP 4.0 represents advancements in fire protection industry. It is parallel to Industry 4.0. I think most of you must have heard about this concept. So let me explain what is Industry 4.0. You know, Industrial Revolution started in 1765 when James Watt invented steam engine. After that, it progressed, and in early 1900, Ford invented the assembly line, for manufacturing cars. And after that, around 1970s, the computer revolution started, which introduced robots and flexible manufacturing systems, which is called as a third revolution. And then the Industry 4.0 term was coined sometimes after 2000, when all these equipment or machines started connecting to the cloud and intelligence was built in them. So, which are the different factors which actually started driving this? So there are four major factors. One is intelligent wired and wireless sensors and sensor networks, which are connected to the cloud with the help of internet and cloud computing. Now, to bring all of them together, there is a concept called blockchain. And the fourth one is artificial intelligence. Let me explain quickly all these four aspects. So first one is sensor networks. Sensors are becoming quite intelligent. They are becoming wireless. They are becoming battery operated. And all of them talk to each other and send data to the cloud. Cloud, of course, consists of computer servers, databases, which are networked together to form the cloud. What is blockchain? This is little bit complex to understand at this stage, but due to lack of time, I will not explain in details, but it's a growing list of data called blocks that are linked using cryptography. Each block contains a cryptographic hash of the previous block, a timestamp and a transaction data. It is an open distributed ledger that record transaction between two parties efficiently and in a variable and permanent way. So, it's like a series of documents linked together to form a block. And you must have heard of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. So all these are concepts. Machines are gaining human-like intelligence. Now let me bring this Industry 4.0 parallel to evolution of fire protection 4.0. So in 1700s, fire protection was just limited to water and sand buckets. Fire tenders were absent. There were carts, as fire tenders, horse-driven carts. After vehicles came in picture in 1900s. Basically, fire tenders came, hydrants and sprinkler systems, mechanized systems came into picture. Now, all these systems started becoming automated after the computerization. That is, after 1970, automatic fire detection systems and alarms, they were invented. And recently, after 2000, all these systems started getting connected to the cloud with the help of wireless sensors. So let me elaborate that how sensor networks are changing fire protection. So there are various sensors to sniff gases or smoke, know the water pressure in the hydrants, etc. You can also know the status of engines, fire tender engines, how they are working, whether there are faults being developed in that. All these things are picked up by sensors. Now these sensors connect to the cloud. So for example, you have jockey pumps, hydrant pumps, there are fire extinguishers, smoke detectors, gas detectors, then there are water tanks to water reservoirs. So all this data is sent to the cloud and it's processed there. So internet basically is establishing a connectivity between these machines and people or man who is responsible to see that these machines work and give actual data related to fire. Uh, this data can be used to conduct fire audits, provide no objection certificates, conduct online training by using apps, running PCs, tablets, and mobile. So, how role of blockchain can help in fire protection? Well, there are several regulatory norms or laws are also there. Then now there are equipments and equipment AMC service providers. There are insurance companies providing fire protection. All these could be brought together. Their contracts could be brought together with the help of blockchain in FP 4.0. All this automatic settlement of approval of contracts is also possible. So let me explain how this will happen. Just to give an analogy, a similar analogy, I think every one of you have, say, cars or vehicles. Now, today's cars typically have more than 100 sensors already installed, and these sensors are monitoring the health of your car. Today, what happens if your car meets with the accident? You take it to the servicing company or agent, and of course, you lodge the insurance claim to your insurance company. Everything happens manually. Now, in future, what will happen is whenever the accident or damage happens to the car, the data will be sent by the sensors directly to the cloud without even you knowing about it. Insurance company will know that the damage has happened, and you have parked a car somewhere and somebody dashes. Even before you know about it, the insurance company will know, and even your service agent will know about it, and they will there all these contracts would activate, and your account will get credited by the insurance amount, which will be used by insurance agents to service the car. So automatic settlement. So similarly, same thing can be utilized by fire protection industry to manage the AMCs and even manage the insurance claims. How AI will transform all these sensors. They are becoming more intelligent. So intelligent smoke detectors would reduce the false alarms. Similarly, there are fire detection cameras which are being rolled out. So these look at the picture. There is a video analysis which identifies the fires. Even before the fire happens, even this heat or temperature could be detected and intimated. Similarly, audio and vibration analysis can detect leakages in pipes. Vibration analysis of rotary machine like pumps is possible. Now, what is making this possible? You can see that there are several sensors like gas detectors, fire alarm panels. So these are all now getting connected to the cloud. Uh, how they are connected is now there are so many technologies like LoRa, Sigfox, NB-IoT, and 5G. These technologies are uh, taking the data to the cloud, and cloud is serviced by platforms like AWS, Azure, and so there are finally application software which are available like FireTweet, TrueSafe. These are the apps which run on dashboards running on PC, laptops, tablets, and mobile devices. So I'm going to explain how this fire protection industry is going to use it for monitoring several assets and create a complete smart city infrastructure. Well, today, if you see, there are over 25,000 deaths happening in India every year. Now, deaths and loss of property is caused due to lack of fire safety awareness, non-functional fire safety equipment, absence of technology implements in firefighting, and lack of fund allocation overall everywhere, for the fire protection. Goa, Maharashtra, Gujarat, these are the states, and there are many other states. They have now laws to like Fire Prevention and Life Safety Measure Act. As per Act, fire prevention systems are to be inspected regularly. But today, what happens is due to lack of awareness, it actually doesn't happen. In reality, only 80% of the buildings have non-functional fire prevention systems, and this is very serious matter. So whenever there is actual fire, nothing is functional, and early help is you are unable to get it. So like in case of heart attack, there is some concept called as the golden hour. The same concept is there for fire also. If it is detected well in advance, then it could be prevented efficiently. So what we have done is to solve this problem. We have come out with a software-based solution called FireTweet. It's basically a IoT-based hardware software solution which connects your sprinkler pumps, hydrants, fire alarms, and fire extinguishers to the cloud to give the real-time data. With this, the citywide fire monitoring is also possible. So you may have various premises like hospitals, residential buildings, schools, factories, all of their fire protection systems get connected to the cloud and to the smart city command center. This is a reality now possible with the help of FireTweet. This is a typical FireTweet solution schematic. So you can connect the FireTweet gateways to hydrant and sprinkler pumps. You can connect fire alarms. All these are connected to the cloud with the help of wired or wireless sensors. And then the data goes to the cloud-based server where it is processed. So what you can get is independent third-party surveillance, real-time notifications about fault in your system. So if your sprinkler pump goes bad or hydrant pump goes bad or there is no power applied to that, that can be immediately notified. Similarly, if there is a pressure in hydrant sprinkler system, if the smoke detector has become faulty, all these notifications are sent through the server to your mobile and tablets. Let me explain, couple of case studies how this FP 4.0 helps you. So typically, we have installed this in a residential complex where After connecting our system, we realized that the jockey pump is getting on and off frequently, about 200 times in a day. So when we investigated, we found that there are several residential buildings and several were under construction. So a contractor who was uh, using water, he was using actually water from the fire pumps. So because of that, pressure was going down and jockey pumps were becoming on and off. Similar problem we found that in a mall, about four uh, food chains were using this particular, they had tapped the sprinkler lines for their regular water requirements. So the sprinkler pump was getting on nearly 600 times in a day. So this problems like this could be tapped online. Case study is about industrial premises also, where smoke detectors became faulty. Generally, what happens is if they become faulty, they give false alarm. Security people try to mute the fire alarm, and then it never gets rectified. In this case, FP 4.0 or FireTweet can actually keep on sending you the alerts about the fault, and you can get them rectified very quickly. In hospitality chain, what we observed was the director technical was interested in upkeepness of all 40 to 45 different hotels all over India. So we installed a system, and in the first hotel itself, we found that none of the systems were functional. So naturally, he could act on it and get all the hydrant sprinklers as well as fire alarm repaired. After that, it was very easy for them to monitor from a central place. How COVID-19, in situation like COVID-19, FireTweet can help. Today, it has become very difficult to keep manpower at sites. So health, safety, environment officers, they may have to sit at home, whereas they will not be able to do the regular audits of their system. So FireTweet can help them to monitor all their equipment sitting at home. Similarly, government officials also can monitor important systems, whether they are working or not, from their offices. So this is how in pandemic situation like COVID, this is transformed. So thank you for listening to me for the short presentation. Um, Thank you. And once again, Smart Home Expo, thank you, Sandeep ji, for giving me this opportunity. Thanks.
Thank you, Nitin sir. In case I get questions from back end, I will surely pass it to you and you can reply later. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye. Yeah.